that basically when we peel back all the layers, the black woman is God. Before, I'm just repeating back what you said to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what you said, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the man come?
The chat, before we continue, right? Guys, before we continue, once you hear a nigga saying that a black woman is God, bro, you know he's trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you onto some shit. You know what I mean? Like, just run away, bro. Because he about to say some wild shit, bro. He's not the first. I've dealt with a couple. The black woman is God. Bruh.
Come in? Where does the father or the man come into this picture? The black man or any man?
All right. Now, in regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature. So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from an embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man. So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So a father would be unnatural. That's just something to compete with the woman.
Okay, so you're saying that the father is unnatural, but the woman is natural.
Correct.
Do I have that correct? And you're saying the reason why
Nigga said nigga said the father is unnatural, but the woman is natural. What? Bro, what? I told y'all he gonna start saying some wild shit. Like, niggas that think like that, bro.
You really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could, you know,
the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a male, so at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. That's something to put itself into existence to be opposite of the mother. But there's no such thing really as a father.
Can you explain how the father is a social construct?
It's a social construct due to the fact is you're talking about a label that's being placed on a man being a father. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
I mean, I think I had when I was 12 years old, man. So you could be a father when you're 12 years old. You could have definitely planted your seed in something. Yes. Let's just go with, do you think there's any differences between men and women?
It's kind of like you're trying to be condescending to the point where you have no comprehension. You don't have no comprehension in what I'm saying to you in a response to the point where you can't fathom it. What do you mean? No. I don't understand then you go to the next question after you sit there and tell me that you didn't understand shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, we gonna turn this into, is this some type of entertainment or something? I'm just asking you. I thought it was about the black woman is God. I don't know you. Well, I didn't research you. I just came over here because, okay. So what are we doing?
We'll speak in detail. What we're doing is having a discussion man to man, right? Mm-hmm. You just said that the man is a social construct.
I said the father is. You're saying that the man is. Right.
Okay,
let's just two things. You asked me about the man and the father.
You said, well, that, because the father is, not from nature. And I want you to explain, how isn't the father not from nature? That's what I want you to do. I want you to explain how it's a social construct and it's not from nature. Because here's what I'll tell you. Nothing grows unless a seed is planted. Nothing grows on this planet unless a seed is planted.
That's a fact.
And every man holds the seed in them. Every man holds the seed of life form. Life form in us. In your sack, if you have enough testosterone, but I know in my sack, I got at least 80 million of them little niggas moving around in there. You know what I'm saying? Most men do with a good amount of testosterone. So therefore we have seed. And the life form starts there. You won't have a plant if you don't plant a seed first. So you saying that a father is a social construct is a lie, is what I'm saying. Get to dispute the point that the father doesn't hold the seed. So we plant the seed in a woman, and then life grows from that. Women bring about life. The life form is actually in a man. So explain to me again how the father is a social construct when the father holds the seed and a woman holds nothing but eggs. She's waiting for a seed.
Okay.
You sound, you don't make sense, man. Let me hear you.
You haven't given me a chance to make sense. You're wrong. And you're wrong in the way to sit there and say that the sperm is a seed. How could you have seeds running up and through your body? That makes no sense. A seed
this
is not
is a
fucking
snake oil
tadpole
salesman,
with a tail.
man.
That's not a seed. So in regards to it, you're wrong. Now, if you're talking about an apple seed or orange
how
seed,
I'm wrong, though.
listen, an avocado seed or whatever the case may be, now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain, the lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the sperm? So
can you explain in a scientific way, from a biological way, how doesn't a man hold the seed in the life form? You're just speaking, but I need you to peel back the layers to things and give facts. This podcast is called Nofugazee. So if I'm speaking, I'm always going to speak with facts. So here's a fact for you. The woman doesn't determine the sex of the baby. She has an X chromosome. The man holds the X and the Y chromosome, right? So here's science, right? So when a man has sex with a woman, he dictates the sex of the baby. So you just said, where do you get a penis from? Where do you get this from? Where do you get that from? You get that from the man, since the man determines the sex of the baby. Do you get it? Women only hold the X chromosome. Men hold the X and a Y. That's scientifically facts that proves that what you just said is nonsense, and men do dictate the sex of the baby. So if he's dictating the sex of the baby, let's peel the layer back even further. That means that the man actually dictates how many men are going to be in this world, how many women are going to be in this world. The list goes on and on. Your father dictated that you would have a beard. Your father dictated that you would have a beard and be a man, from what I could see. You get what I'm saying? Your mother didn't determine that, so you should be thanking your father, because your father truly created you. Anything for that, man? Scientifically, can you dispute what I said?
You sound uneducated.
Oh,
like,
Lord,
to the point where this is so level of surface, to the point.
God dang, man.
This is a snake oil salesman.
Like, how could you sit here and tell me that my father.
Get your money, gang. I know you trying to get some bread, my nigga. Every time you hear a nigga talking like this, he trying to get some money. Get your bread, my nigga. It is what it is. Get paid, gang. Right? Because women want to hear that. The feminist movement want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga selling oil right now. Like, bro, I understand. Listen, I can knock the hustle, but come on, gang. What are you talking about? Right? What are you saying, bro? Nigga said a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing. Right? This is crazy.
Gave me what? All males are females before they turn into a male based off the decision of the mother. Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries. Your penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside-out female. I'm sorry that this man has never been told that, and he doesn't understand that he was made in the likeness and the image of his mother. I'm sorry that before anybody ever taught him anything, his mother was there. Your mother is literally the only thing that you know in life. You don't even know if that's your father, but your mother knows if it's your father or not. Man. You know everything about your mother because that's where you came from.
Black
that's your
community.
First home.
This is sad,
that's your first origin. The black woman has always been considered God, even before the patriarch took over and started to actually make a male God. But it was never a male that was being God. It was always the woman. In Islam, it was the woman. In the Catholic Church, it was the woman. In ancient Egypt, it was the woman. In Samaria, Mesopotamia, Babylon, it was the woman. Phoenicia was the woman. Chaldea was the woman. But if he doesn't know that, that means he's not reading. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to respond to the man, even to the point where if a woman is making up your whole total makeup and she's using her menstrual blood to do it within her womb, that's why you women don't bleed for 9 months. You literally coagulate a child in your womb. What does the man have to do with it? Is the man shooting blood in you, woman, or is he literally giving you his DNA via his sperm? So when you're actually making this baby in your womb, you're using your blood. That's why you don't bleed for 9 months.
Bro,
when that baby comes out, that is a product of its mother. So the baby literally develops through life. As the baby develops through life, we get to puberty. That's when our body chemically starts to actually make the sperm in our body. But it came from our mother. Everything comes from your mother. You get it from your mother. Your mother is your God. Your father is not your God. The sperm in his body comes from his mother. Where do you think we got our body from? You didn't make this. You don't have nothing to do with your face. You don't have nothing to do with your head and none of that. Your mama gave that to you. She birthed you. How could you sit there and say that she's not your God? Your mother was God before you was taught about God. Somebody had to tell you about God in order for you to believe them. Now in your mind, that's God. But what if your mother knew she was God? She would teach you about God. How can a man be a God when he cannot produce life? A man cannot sustain life. He does not have breast milk.
Got you. You done or are you still going?
No, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. So if you want to go and respond, you can go.
Okay. So, I mean, everything you said was just nonsense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't correlate to anything.
Which
1
part?
plus 1 didn't add up. You didn't have any rebuttal to it. You just started speaking nonsense. But let me ask you a question.
I have to force myself to speak because you won't allow me to.
Does 1 plus 1 equal 2?
Question.
Does 1 plus 1 equal 2?
No, one and one come together, they merge. That's one, right? Think about it, right?
God dang.
When
so
one and one come together, they
my
merge.
Point.
Right?
The nigga don't know what 1 plus 1 equals.
Merge.
Bro. Oh, man. Bro. Really, my nigga? 1 plus 1 is 1, my nigga? Look, this what I said that, right? I said niggas that speak like this are wild niggas, man. What? What are you talking about, gang? Bro, there's nothing complicated about. Oh my! Let's keep watching.
Right?
He said that one and one merges.
Put it together, they merge. One, right?
Oh,
if I come together with a woman, don't I go into that woman? Don't me and that woman go into each other? Now we one. I got my dick. I ain't on one. At the end of the day, what you mean?
So you gotta watch on your left hand. You gotta watch on your left hand. If you put another watch on your left hand, will you have 1 watches or 2 watch?
They're on the same hand. It's just 1 watch if they put together. If you leak, they merge together. You see what I'm talking about? You want me to have 2.
You put the watch on a different hand. Would you have 2 watches on you?
I'm crying.
No, if you take a man wig off, then would you be bald headed? I don't know, bro. We all got questions that they ask us. I mean, shit. I mean, what you want to do? I don't know, bro. Is we on this build? Are we on this build or what? What we gonna do, bro?
This is what we're gonna do, because I'm actually curious. Because the last people I had on here, I had 4 other people that had your same points of view, right? And now let's change up the dialogue a little bit, because I'm curious of knowing. I believe that you let me know if you don't believe that 1 plus 1 equals 2, but let me know if this makes sense to you, and see if we can come to agreement on something. That's what I want to get here. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. Would you say that that's true?
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. I want to know this because I spoke with, you're the 5th person I had on the podcast now that believe that the black woman is God, right? So since we know that, and you just confirmed that influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior, you have your mind frame of how you think. I want to know what influenced you to think this way.
It's knowing versus belief. Everybody believes in God.
I know niggas
God.
like this, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow,
knowing
bro,
is being able to have logic, evidence, and reason. You know it, just like your past experiences. I know my mother. So before I learned how to talk, before I learned how to walk, before I had taught about my ABCs, Before I was taught about anything, my mother was there. Somebody had to teach me, influence me, get me to think about a God that they wanted me to think about. But prior to that, my mother was my creator. So when you look at it, my mother was a black woman, and all black women are the manifestation of Mother Nature. I don't give a fuck about a book and what you read, bro. Go to nature and look at it. That is the supreme map of things.
Clarence,
everything in nature is telling you.
Clarence, I seen that you.
You don't have to stop me, bro. You don't have to stop me.
No. Someone came in the chat. Clarence, I see you coming in here. Give it 2 seconds. I'll add you in after I have this discussion with him.
I get 30 seconds to speak, like every single time.
It's a podcast, and I had someone trying to join the live stream.
You're intimidated, bro.
No, I had someone trying to join the live stream.
You don't want to know. You do this for content.
Intimidated?
At the end of you're intimidated. It's got to be.
Come on,
if I can sit there and listen to you and you can't listen to me.
I mean, listen,
you told us about a pregnant male rat. You told us the science brought about a pregnant male
in
rat.
person. You could come here in person. No one's intimidated, bro. No one's.
You gotta be.
No one feels like that.
Then
you could have this discussion in person. The same way I'm conveying myself with you over here, it'll be in person. And actually, it'll be more intense.
Listen, y'all.
We said that influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. You think that the black woman is God. I want to know what influenced you.
Looking for God.
Okay. Explain, elaborate. What did you find that made you really think that the black woman is God?
My mother was in my face the whole time. She was in my face the whole time. And I didn't realize that was God. So they told me that my mother, everything was outside of me. They told me that everything else was my mother. Everything else is God but your mother. And then you look at why they oppress every woman in religion. Christianity, their God says it's okay to rape a woman, defile a woman. Islam, they say it's okay to rape a woman. Allah is literally a lot. So they literally define everything in women. It's all about women oppression and for women not to realize that they are the true creators. That's why the patriarch took over. The patriarch literally took over the matriarch. The matriarch had always been in rulership. That's why they studied the goddess Hathor. They literally was with the queen of heaven in Jeremiah 44. They spoke about the goddess everywhere. Tuarat was the first deity that was ever worshipped. See, like I said, I get 30 seconds.
Oh, no, so you explained really it. Now I have another question for you.
See, I'm saying I wasn't done.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Let me know how long I'll get. I mean, you just stopped me. You're going to keep doing it, so go ahead.
I mean, you explained all the way down to how it went.
Bro. Go ahead, bro.
So, and also, I'll just give you the rules of the podcast. So get used to it. So guess what? This is called order, right? Men create order. This is my platform, so there's a hierarchy to things. It's my rules, so if I set the rules and you follow the rules, right? When you have your own podcast and you invite me on, you set the rules and I follow those rules. Life is in hierarchy. So I have a question for you.
So
you just said that the matriarchy. I have a question for you. Listen,
bro, you just said that the question for me.
You just said that the matriarchy was taken over by the patriarchy. How can if the matriarchy is natural, right? It's a natural way of life. It's nature, right? You said the father doesn't come from nature, but the woman does come from nature. If that's the case, if the woman was first, you say that the woman is first. My question is, if the woman came first and you think the black woman is God, why is it that she's always being taken over by a man? Wouldn't you think? You just said that the patriarchy always takes over the matriarchy.
I'll let you finish so I can speak. Go ahead.
That's my question. You just said that the patriarchy always takes over the matriarchy. How can you say and even think logically that the woman came first if she's not strong enough to defend for herself? Answer it now.
Well, I'll calm down a little bit. Now, let me answer. In regards to the patriarchy taking over the matriarchy, it had nothing to do with strength. You have to understand that's brute strength. So what it was the son turned against his mother. The son literally turned against his mother. So instead of being a protector, the son became the predator.
I know niggas
and then
like
Christianity
this,
and all of these other religions were created to teach men that they were higher than women, How do you think
Bro,
the
he trying to
oppression
get some money,
started,
man.
woman?
He trying
They
to get some
needed
money.
religious
Yeah, I can't knock
context
the
to
hustle.
literally turn your
Can't
man
knock the
against you.
hustle.
You can look through all the religions
Did you
and you
ever
can
think
see
that the
when you were
woman,
governing.
that the
Him,
man
you
is
shut
just
the
stronger
fuck
than
up,
a
nigga.
woman? Do you
God
ever just
damn,
think
bro.
that the man
This
is
nigga on
just
some
stronger
hoe
than a
shit.
woman
This
and
nigga
more
on some hoe
superior than a
shit,
woman?
man. You's a bitch, nigga. On my
Did you ever
mama,
think
you a
that?
bitch. Fuck
Say
wrong
that to
with
my
you, bro?
face, man. You
I
welcome
said
here. I
you's a
have you
bitch,
on.
nigga.
I
I
have
don't
you
give a
on.
fuck where you
I
at,
have
nigga. I
you
don't
on,
give a
bro.
fuck. Smash the shit out your
Listen,
pussy ass.
actually, here's what
You's
I'll
a
do
little
for you,
bitch,
because
man.
I've been waiting
All
for
you
someone
do,
like you.
Yeah, I'm right here.
I'll
I'm
send
right
you out
here. You's
here.
a bitch.
I'll send
Fuck you
you
talking
out
about?
here, right? I'll
The
send
fuck
you out
out
here.
here. What you Diddy now?
I'll
You
pay
Diddy?
for your ticket to
This
come
nigga
out here.
Diddy.
I'll pay
You know
for
what
your
I'm saying?
ticket to come
What's
out
up?
here, and we can do this debate live in person.
Oh,
And I guarantee you won't have that energy in person. I guarantee you it. I had another man talk crazy just like you, but in person, he wasn't speaking that crazy. It was a entirely different story.
Bro, you can tell everybody in the room can see you a bitch, man. Everybody in the room can see you a little hoe, bro.
Now
you
you're making ad hominems. No one made ad hominems about you. This nigga looking like a fake Drake over here, man. This nigga looking sweet as cheese. How you over here trying to act hard when you get your eyebrows done every day? This nigga looking sweet. This nigga sweet as pie with that little chain on. Nigga squinching his eyes. Nigga, what's in your eye? Why you keep squinching your eyes like that? Trying to have the light skin look. Yeah. Come on, bro. Calm down with all that, nigga. Let's have a regular discussion. You making that hominem attacks. I ain't make none on you. You made them first.
You a white,
so we can either finish
boy,
this debate.
This dude a whole white boy, bro. Like,
This guy said a white boy. Just because you can't articulate yourself. Just because you can't articulate yourself.
What the fuck is you talking
doesn't
about,
mean that I'm a white boy because I can. That don't mean that, nigga. Chat is clowning you right now. But anyways, bro, here's what I'm saying, man. Everything that you said is all false because the root of it, the cause of it is false. The man is superior than a woman. Why doesn't a matriarchy?
If the matriarchy will always be in existence. It's just been hijacked by the patriarchy. You women still produce us. Can you just chill for a minute? Can you give me a little bit so I can talk to people to get them to understand where I'm coming from?
No. It ain't going like that. That isn't how this goes, bro. Because you're not answering questions, bro.
I'm tired of your questions. Just let me speak.
Listen, man, if you're tired of the questions, then you can hop off the stream, bro. You're just speaking nonsense right now.
Frustrated. Like I said, you're intimidated. For you not to let me talk, but I'm over here.
Nigga, you look like a broke Drake, nigga. Who intimidated?
I know, bro. You said that. You said that already.
No one said broke. That was different. Yeah, okay. See, you can't listen. You don't have good active listening skills, buddy. You don't have good active listening skills. Low IQ.
You got a man wig on. You got a man wig on, and you talking about Drake, man.
This nigga said a man wig, bro. My hair is just long, man. It's just
okay,
long.
well, line that shit up. Line your shit up. Line your shit up. You see that shit?
Look at your headline, buddy.
You sitting there. Look at it. It's lined up, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with your shit? Your junk is crooked.
Your junk leaning over here, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
Your junk tilted.
That's what we get.
Anyways, so
intimidation.
Like I said, there's a hierarchy. You started the ad hominems. I didn't start the ad hominems.
You don't want me to speak.
But here's what it is.
That's a fake ass.
It's a hierarchy to thing. So if you don't want to follow the orders, you can hop off the stream or I'll kick you off the stream.
No, I don't understand. Man, you're a bitch anyway, nigga. You didn't want to do nothing anyway. You got your ass murdered over here. You got your ass murdered over here.
I mean, you believe that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
You call it whatever.
And
you
I already said we could have this live stream in person. And I trust you in person. You wouldn't have this energy. I'll literally fly you out.
Out you, man. Y'all beat the fuck out you, bro. I'm not no
out here, bro.
I'm not your little boy. I'm not your little toy.
I'll bring you out here.
You're talking.
I'll bring you out here.
You're just talking. We're talking.
Do you take my offer? I'll actually offer you. So this is what men do. This is what men do. Because let's see if you're really man of your word. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. Here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can have this debate in person. I'll put it on my word. If you really want to come out here, I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. How about that? Let's do it. If you really feeling that, if you really feeling froggy, nigga, leap. I'll send you out here. I'll put that on my word. And we got hundreds of people in here know. You want to approve to that offer? If not, then shut up, nigga, and pay attention to the hierarchy. Here's the rules. So I'm going to ask you questions, and then you're going to listen, and you're going to answer these questions. Because you're just talking just to talk. Do you understand? So, question here.
Little boy. You're a scary little boy, man.
Cool, man. You still talking, bro.
A scary little boy,
question here.
I'm from Chicago, pussy ass nigga.
You
still talking about flying out a nigga and fighting. You talking about flying me out and trying to box and have a debate.
My finances is good. My finances is good. I've been waiting for somebody like you that's talking spicy. This is what I do.
I told you you's a bitch,
This is what I do, man.
You's a bitch. You don't do shit. You can tell you a white boy. You a little white boy that likes to play.
I
You
see
like to
that
do
you
this
ain't
little
want my
jokey,
offer, but
jokey shit.
listen, homie had to go. He just talking to talk. He talking silly. Chat,
man.
this is what we happen when you talk to feminine men and emotional men. They get all soft. They can't have a good conversation, a good back and forth. He doesn't respect an hierarchy, which is why he doesn't respect the patriarchy. He's speaking nonsense, which I checkmated them on many times. He believed that 1 + 1 doesn't equals 2. He's living in la la land. He's literally a female, which is crazy. Also, he doesn't understand that if a creator is creating beings, human beings, and we all know that the world was created with animals first. We all know that there's times of day, there's night and there's day. Why would God create a being that's a woman that is higher in estrogen and that's higher in trait neuroticism, which means that they feel more emotions and more negative emotions, meaning that the woman being created first has a higher probability of being scared of the dark than a man. Back in the day, there weren't any electricities and lights and stuff. So why would God create a woman first that is weaker, that can't manipulate the world how the man can, that can't create the infrastructure and build shelter and create a fire and housing like a man can? Why would he create the woman first that's going to be ate by the wildebeest and the tigers and lions? That sounds silly to create the weaker thing first. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.
Look, he made a lot of good points, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is madness, man. This guy, man, this dude, man. I know niggas like that, bro. Like they think, wow, bro, I can't knock the hustle. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get a lot of followers with shit like this. When you talk like this, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a lot of followers. You're gonna get a lot of women that's gonna throw their money at you. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, gang. But god damn, you making niggas look bad.